So, this is You're Being Too Loud, episode 9.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your host, Taylor. This is your co-host. This is your co-host, DJ.
It's gonna go either way, because like I did that before, and it was like, hey, it's that way. It's just like, what? What's going on? I think it's because I mirror my image. That's why.
That's probably what did it for you.
So it's probably every time I point this way, it's really supposed to be me pointing that way.
Yeah. When I point that way, I'm really supposed to be pointing this way.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so this first story is on relationship advice.
Mm-hmm.
The title is My 37 Male Wife, 34 Female Lied, Got Caught, and Lied on top of that. So for this first story, it's actually the audacity of the wife.
Okay.
Of like, bitch, what the fuck? So it's not all the audacity of men. I wanted to throw in one to show that, like, you know, we don't hate men over here. It's just a lot of y'all need more brain cells.
Yeah. I agree. We do. I mean, y'all need more common sense, but
oh, I'm not disagreeing with that. Listen, I threatened to.
Hold up. You know how many females have been caught with the whole entire, like, you need brake light fluid or something?
Okay, no, I am not like girls on that one.
No, I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying like it's
oh,
mainly girls that get
that
caught.
is a common stereotype with girls. I'm completely like with that. What I am gonna say though is that when it comes time for that, like out of all of my siblings, my mom has even said, like, hands down, I'm the best one when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
because like I'm always on top of it. I'm always checking for that stuff because I am terrified of like needing it and not having it.
Yeah.
So like I have jumper cables in my car. I know how to change a tire. I know how to change my oil, but I don't do it because
it's easier to get it changed.
Well, and it's free for me. I get free oil changes with the package that I bought when I bought my car. So
I just don't have the time to fucking lift my car, and then I don't have a fucking pan. I don't have an oil pan anymore, so I can't do that anyways. So,
and getting rid of the oil is always like just
it's a huge hassle. So I might as well just fucking go get it done and pay the fucking $50 anyways.
No,
because I'm already. It's whatever.
No, literally.
I only do it like every 4 months anyways, so.
For me, it's longer, honestly. I think I do it like maybe 3 times a year, but also like I don't go anywhere. Like I don't drive into work. I carpool.
That'd be 4 months.
And
That'd be 4 months. If you get it 3 times a year.
That's 4 months. So it's been 4 months since I got it done, and I don't need it. So maybe twice a year.
Okay. I was just saying, like, 4 months is technically 3
No,
times.
when it was 4 months, it was when I had to go into the office more. But I carpool now, so I literally only drive to the gym.
I mean, I drive to work, so. But work's really not far for me, so it is what it is. So that's why it takes like 4 or 5 months. Yeah,
back to the
story.
Okay, so my 37 male wife, 34 female, lied, got caught, and lied on top of that lie. I'll make this short. My wife, 37 female, and I, 37 male, have been married for 5 months. I knew she was married once prior to marrying her. I also had a previous marriage. Fast forward a few months ago, I was filling out a passport document for her. It asked for her previous last names, so I Googled her. What popped up? Her divorced name, which I knew about, her maiden name, and then another last name. So I dug some more, found a court record for this other marriage. I confronted her about the lie, which she wouldn't take ownership for, fought with her for hours to get her to admit that she lied and that it was wrong. During this conversation, I explained I wasn't upset about the amount of previous marriage, now two, when I only knew of one, but I was upset about the lie. I made her promise she wasn't hiding any other marriages, children, etc. She said, I swear on my mom and dad's lives. So I forgave her and moved on. Well, just a few days ago, guess what your boy finds out on the internet? There's another marriage that was hidden from me. I confronted her again and she became defensive. She said things like, well, I didn't stop you from looking, and lol, it's not a big deal. I was young. She also lied about some other things. Small example, a photo of her sister hanging on the wall. One day I asked which of her two sisters it was. She flipped the fuck out on me, tore all the photos down, and threw them away. A few days later, she fessed up and said that it was actually her in the photo. What the fuck? I told her I want a divorce. I don't think she believes me. I brought home divorce papers for her to sign, but she's refusing. She also stole the paperwork that I went to the courthouse to get and spent 2 hours filling out and manipulated me into agreeing to talking before she gave them back. These are three of the many lies, albeit these are the most significant lies, but there's more. So, this is a fraction of what I've been going through. I could write a book about all the hell she's put me through. So, what's your take? I need advice.
Wait, okay. So originally it was one marriage that was divorced,
Yes.
and then he found out about a second,
Yes.
which she didn't tell him about.
Yes.
And then later on there was a third that she didn't tell him about.
Yes.
Why not come clean after he already knows about the second?
Why
And then
lie about a
also,
photo of you as a child and say it was your sister?
yeah, that's also really weird too. Like, and then hold up. I'm still confused. Why lie about how many divorces you've been a part of? Like, it's gonna be found out at some point, probably.
You would think.
Especially if you guys like have family gatherings or something like that. Even if you were young and dumb, like it's not like you're paying like fucking I was about to say severance. That's rich. um fuck, I can't think of the word for because it's not child support since you don't have children together.
Nope.
It's
OP confirms that in a comment. Spoken to family law attorney. We have nothing together. No home, no kids, no cars, no possessions, nothing.
okay, so then everything should be a clean whatever split to whoever owns whatever. What?
Oh my god. So OP comments. I guess somebody asked a question. Hold on. No, so OP just like posted and he goes, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Um, all this all in under 12 years. It's been about 5 failed marriages in 12 years.
How are you meeting somebody and getting married that fast?
Really?
What do you mean, really?
DJ, do you know how many people I've had propose to me?
That's weird. No, that's some weird shit.
3.
That's weird, bro.
I've had military guys offer to marry me,
Okay, military guys are built different though.
but
They just
5
want.
married.
Okay, it's because they don't want to live in the quarters. That's
No,
why. They
that's
want their
exactly
own
what it
house.
is, and they want the extra money.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's also understandable though when it's military because of the fact that like one, you don't know if you're getting deployed overseas, so you got somebody there to take care of your shit basically. run shit. And then like if you've been best friends for like long time too, that makes sense. Like if you're just doing it out of like, because I've had somebody that did that with me, but I was with somebody else at the time, so I wasn't gonna do
Oh, all of this happened after me and him broke up.
that.
I'm also
Yeah.
including Lonnie in my 3, so really only 2 other people, but neither here nor there. So OP does comment a lot. But that was like the biggest one. There's no update right now. Top comment is lawyer up. She's obviously not going to make it easy, and you're going to need more than just randoms on Reddit to help with this.
Yeah.
OP replied and said, thought about it. I have spoken to a family law attorney. We have nothing together. No home, no kids, no cars, no possessions, nothing. So
Okay, so then everything should be whatever's in your name you get.
Yeah, the only thing is if they didn't have a prenup, depending on
Yeah,
what
no,
state
she can still take, or he can
she can
still
still
take some
take
of the
part of
money.
his stuff. Not only that though, depending on which state you're in, because I know in the state of Maryland, when you get married, unless you have a prenup or you like do some sort of postnup, all of your spouse's debt becomes your debt.
Yeah.
So he will be held legally responsible for her debt, whether or not he put his name on the loan or not, unfortunately.
Are you
So
talking about for the house or for the cars?
if she has student loans, if she
Mm,
has personal loans, yeah.
I don't think so. Not if.
In Maryland, yes.
Mm, that's
I've
weird.
already looked it up, DJ.
That's weird.
It's how it
That doesn't
works.
seem right. Then that
It
doesn't make
doesn't
sense.
seem right, but once
Because
you're married, your
it.
debt becomes their debt.
Well, I'm saying it doesn't make sense because I mean, like, neither of you were, or if one person wasn't on that fucking signing, like they didn't agree to that shit.
You agreed to it by marriage.
That's not how life works, but okay.
Tell that to the
That's
state of
that's
Maryland.
what's wrong with a lot of fucking places.
Tell that to the state of Maryland.
Yeah,
Don't disagree with you. Just saying, unfortunately, that's how it works.
wonder why we're in debt in this country. Anyways,
Prenups.
fucking dumbass country. No, I'm just joking. This country's not that bad. It's just some of our fucking things are terrible. No, it's the country's not bad. It's some of our
The
laws
government.
that are stupid.
Um, yeah. But yeah, so just so that you're aware.
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate for prenups though, and postnups.
Yeah. No. Um,
They not only protect
I'd be doing a prenup for sure.
and there shouldn't be a bad stigma around it. In all reality, it protects you if something happens to your spouse, where debt collectors can't come after your things because they will.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next story is off. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for telling my roommate's girlfriend she needs to manage her own period?
What?
I, 25 male, live in a house with 2 guys and a girl. The girl, 22 female, and one of the guys, 30 male, are dating. I moved in the same week as her. I have a great niece who is well trained, except for the fact that he goes through the trash when nobody's home. I paid to buy a door that we installed in the kitchen, and now the last person to leave the house just has to close the door. Fortunately, my dog has no interest in the bathroom garbage, or so we thought. A few weeks into living together, I came home one day and there were torn up used tampons spread all over the bathroom floor. The girl was at work, so I told her boyfriend, and we both agreed that the dog had probably gone through the trash. He cleaned it up and said he'd asked her to do a better job or of wrapping them in toilet paper before she threw them away or something. The next day it happened again. When everybody was home, the girlfriend called everybody into the living room and asked if we could make the default just keep the bathroom door closed so that it didn't happen again. The other
Mhm.
guys agreed, but I told her it was unfair of us to have to manage her period for her. She told me that my dog was the one making the mess, but I told her that if it wasn't for her leaving her blood in the trash, my dog wouldn't be interested in it at all. She said that us having to close the bathroom door wasn't any more of a burden than closing the kitchen door. But I told her that's different because all of us throw food in the kitchen garbage, but she was the only one throwing blood in the bathroom garbage. One time I woke up to a mess, and when I told her to clean it up, she said it wasn't even hers because she wasn't on her period. It turned out that my girlfriend was on hers and it was her tampon, so I cleaned it up myself. I'm not sexist. I'll clean things up when they're my responsibility, but I don't think it's fair to me to be inconvenienced by a girl I'm not even dating. Since the meeting, this has become less frequent of an issue because her and the guys closed the bathroom door, but I still forget a lot of the time. If she sees the door open, she closes it, but gets really huffy about it. It still happens occasionally. And when it does, she cleans it up, but she doesn't get home till late. Yesterday was another incident of me coming home to a dirty bathroom. I work PM and come home in the AM. She was still sleeping, so I went and blew up on her. I probably shouldn't have yelled, but I stand by my right to not be exposed to her biomatter. Last night, me and the other roommate could hear her crying and telling her boyfriend she wanted them to move because she hates living with me. I thought she was being dramatic, but the other roommate told me I'm being a dick,
Mhm.
that it's not that hard just to keep a door closed. I seriously don't think it's my fault to manage another random girl's period for her. Am I the asshole?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Like, one, it is your dog. Like, teach your dog to stop going into the trash. Granted, I know you can't really fucking do all that because they're still gonna do something when you're not home.
It's
But
why we keep our dogs out of our kitchen
yeah,
or the bathroom.
like it's really not hard to keep a fucking door closed.
Not
Technically,
at
it's
all.
also not safe to have your bathroom door closed. I'm not gonna lie. It's not safe to do that just because of the fact that like I don't know, it's something dealing with like the vents and all that shit.
Yeah,
It's
because it needs
weird.
airflow because
Yeah.
no, and that's fine. Like that's why we keep all of our doors open and everything. But here's my thing. As a woman, as a female, we wrap.
Yeah.
We double wrap.
Mhm.
We wrap an excessive amount if you're like me and you're really worried. Um, the dog is tearing apart the
Yeah.
toilet paper to get to it.
So it's not just it's not because it's just it's
Just in there loosey goosey.
yeah, no, it's rummaging through trash. That's all it is. It likes to fucking cause a mess. One, it's your dog.
Also, you can't
I
say that your dog is well behaved if this is what they're doing.
exactly.
My dogs, even when a gate is left open, they know not to go into the kitchen. They
Mhm.
know not to go through the trash. Um, I don't. I can leave my laundry downstairs and not be worried about my dogs going through it. My dogs stick to their bones, and that's it.
Mhm.
You're not. She is managing her period.
Mhm.
Every fucking girl manages their period. Um, you not training your dog is your problem. Whatever, your dog just listen. I will stand by crate training forever. You do not
Mhm.
need to crate train your dog, but if you are not home, your dog should be in your room or
Mhm.
something. It shouldn't be roaming throughout
Cuz
the
it's not
entire
everybody
house.
else's responsibility to take care of your fucking dog.
Exactly. It's your dog.
Yeah.
You don't have to crate train it. That is up to you.
Mhm.
However, it should not be roaming the entire house while you're gone.
Cuz
That's
what if it gets aggressive and then attacks one of your roommates? You're not there to stop it. And then I mean, there's gonna be a police report on it, and something's gonna happen, bruh. Like it's gonna be your fault because you weren't there.
your dog could be. Listen,
What you
my
could do is get a trash can that has a fucking lid. Like, the fuck?
You bought a door for the kitchen
Yeah.
and you remember to close that door. You're purposefully not closing the bathroom door.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know.
mean,
This
don't get me
is
wrong.
definitely an
I close my
asshole.
bathroom door sometimes when I know my dogs are coming downstairs.
Yeah.
If they aren't coming downstairs, I don't close it. Because I know Winnie has gone and tried to. It wasn't even the trash that she went after. She just went after the roll of toilet paper. And I was
Yeah,
just
so
like, all right, you fucking asshole. Fuck you.
we have to do that because of the cats, because the cats will not anymore because they're like older now, but when they were younger, the
Mm-hmm.
amount of fucking toilet paper they destroyed.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
So top comment on this is, you're the asshole. Why should anyone manage your dog?
Yeah.
Ooh, hold on. I had a hiccup.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are dating you. You're the only one with a dog. If you didn't have a dog, then no one would have to close the kitchen or bathroom door. You seem to think the kitchen door is everyone's responsibility because they all use the kitchen, but in reality is that it is your responsibility, as it is your dog making the mess and being the issue. You
Mm-hmm.
and you alone should be cleaning up after your dog every time it gets into things and makes a mess. You sound so freaking entitled to make your animal everyone else's burden. You should move out. You should move out and live alone or with people with animals. And yeah, you are gross, sexist, and an asshole too.
Mm-hmm.
Edit. And you are the one leaving the bathroom door open and keeps doing so. If you screamed at me like that, you would be out. Like, I don't care how I would get you out. I would get you out.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other part. How dare you fucking yell at her for your
You
dog
woke
making a
her
mess?
up to yell at her.
Could you could you imagine if somebody woke me up to yell at me
How did the
about,
boyfriend not wake up too and beat the shit out of him?
he could have been at work. It was said later
Maybe.
on that she was like crying and everything to him. So he could have been at work or at school or doing something else where he
Still,
wasn't
if I
home.
heard about that from her, I'm coming home and beating the shit out of him.
I just need you to know that if somebody woke me up by screaming,
Mm-hmm.
I'm immediately going on attack mode. There's like no way that I'm not.
Yeah, because first of all, you woke me up out of my sleep.
No, really. Like,
Why?
why are you waking me up? I'm sleeping peacefully. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
I'm about to fuck your shit up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd be like, after that, I'd purposely fucking leave. Okay, no, I wouldn't, because they could have things in their kitchen that's like toxic to dogs. I have too much of a soft place.
Yeah, nah. Definitely not. But there's still stuff that can be toxic in the bathroom to the dogs too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's stuff around the house that could just or the apartment or whatever that could just be toxic.
No, literally, like, oh, Miss just sleep on the bed. He's so cute. No, I agree. Like, okay. So this one is, am I the asshole? So this one is also on, am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for telling my wife the bitter truth that her sister doesn't love her?
What?
After their mom passed away, my wife and her older sister grew apart. It was most likely due to her sister, who had a problem with the way my wife was grieving for their mom, like her telling my wife not to cry in front of their family members or telling her not to talk about their mom with them. Her grieving was probably shutting herself down and expecting my wife to do the same. They have very little contact with each other because of this. It's been a decade since their mom's death, and her sister attended a family event that my wife and I hosted. She came to make amends with her and apologize for her past behavior, and my wife has forgiven her for it. From my perspective, She hasn't made any amends. She refuses to attend any family functions, even when my wife begs her to come. She gives childish reasons, like she'll only attend if my wife is hosting. I can see that it's hurting my wife. So I told my wife that she probably doesn't love her or her family, because why would she promise to make amends without putting in the work? And to expect my wife to put in the labor to host functions so that she can attend is disrespectful both to me and my wife. My sweet wife still believes there is good in her sister and defends her, and she only invites her sister to make her feel welcome. She doesn't really have to attend them. I've been told that her sister has some degree of hostility towards their family because of what she heard them say about their mom. It seems some of them were happy when their mom died. That's a rough thing to hear, but at this point, she is indirectly aiming her hostility at my wife, who has a healthy relationship with their family. I told my wife that her sister's an asshole for dumping that past information on her and expects my wife to make amends for her, but my wife doesn't see that and keeps arguing with me whenever the topic arises. To her, I'm being the asshole when I'm only trying to protect her well-being. Am I the asshole here?
Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Hold the fuck up. Because you're still catching me while I'm also waking up. Okay. So who the fuck said they were happy when their mom died?
Some of their family members.
Okay, but neither of the sisters.
Neither of the sisters. So the sister said, don't talk to the family about our mom.
Uh-huh.
Don't cry in front of them. Don't give them anything. And the
Because they were
wife,
happy when she.
yeah. So the
Okay,
sister
gotcha.
overheard family members saying this. The wife did not. So the wife was like outwardly grieving to her family. The sister heard this, shut down, and said, "Fuck all of you. I'm not talking to you about my mother." Um, and so she now has this like hostility with the family.
But not the wife.
Her and the wife stopped talking for a decade, and just recently have reconnected.
But I mean, like, the wife didn't hear any of this, right?
No.
And, okay, so the wife was still technically grieving to the family members
Yes.
that were happy about the mother dying.
Yes.
Hold the fuck up. Okay, and all right. And her husband told her that her sister doesn't like her,
Doesn't love her or her family. Yes.
but all right, but now the husband knows that it's because the reason. Hold on.
No, no,
All
no.
right.
He knew. He knew this and said, that's. So hold on. Let me find that section again. So I told my wife she probably doesn't love her or her family, because why would she promise to make amends without putting in the work? And then he goes on to say, I've been told that our sister has some degree of hostility towards their family because of what she heard them say about their mom. It seems some of them were happy that their mom died. That was a rough thing to hear, but at this point, she's indirectly aiming her hostility at my wife because she doesn't want to go to family events unless her sister's hosting them. I don't understand how that's hostility towards the wife.
No, it's not. It's
It's
hostility towards the
saying,
family, but not the wife.
yeah. Um, so top
That,
comment on this is, WTF, you're the asshole. Your sister-in-law does not owe her relatives a relationship just because your wife still talks to them. I can't believe that you told your wife that her sister doesn't love her. Why would she only come to the events that you two host if that's true?
yeah, yeah.
I
Okay, that's.
I personally would also defend myself. Like, I'm sorry. If I found out that my family was glad about my mother passing, I
Mhm.
too would have an issue with them.
Yeah.
I might get violent because my mom does a lot for our
I'll
family.
just ignore my entire family.
Oh, I would 100% go no contact with them.
I-
Let me. Okay. This one. This one might piss you off a little bit.
Okay.
So it's on Am I the Asshole again?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I have to like gather myself because like I haven't read this one. I just read the title.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I the asshole for not sleeping at the hospital with my wife? My pregnant wife has gestational diabetes and is still a few months away from giving birth. The doctor put her on insulin, but it wasn't working, and her blood sugar levels were still high. She called the doctor and was recommended that she goes to the hospital. She decided to drive herself to the hospital because I was at work. In fact, I was in a meeting and didn't know what was going on until after my meeting had ended. When she got to the hospital, they confirmed that everything was fine with her and the baby, but that they wanted to admit her to get her sugar levels under control. At
Mm-hmm.
work that day, I received news that I was getting a promotion and that I wanted to celebrate by having a few drinks at home with my buddy. I am always with my wife when not working. I only hang out at home with a friend about once a month. I figured with everything being fine, it would actually be a good time to hang out because she wouldn't feel left out as she's unable to drink currently. However, I didn't feel comfortable doing that without talking to my wife about it first. After work, I packed some things for my wife, stopped at the store to pick her up some stuff she wanted, and drove to the hospital to see her. She assured me that her and the baby are fine, but that she was getting bored being there. Eventually, I told her about my promotion and asked her if she minds if I drank at home with my buddy instead of sleeping with her. She said she was okay with it, so I texted my buddy to let him know that we were all good. I would pick him up in a few hours. When it was almost time to leave, she started to act cold to me and then told me to just leave already. So I continued with the plan and I left at 9 p.m. to begin drinking with my buddy at home. A few hours later, she texts me and tells me that I'm an asshole for not staying with her and that she was very hurt by it. I went to the hospital first thing in the morning to be with her and she refused to talk to me and told me to leave. Am I the asshole for not staying with my wife with her at the hospital at night?
Yes, you fucking dipshit. You can
I, I
celebrate any other
guarantee
fucking
you,
day.
I guarantee you, she was like, "Yeah, babe, it's fine."
Mm-hmm. Like,
With like the long eye blinking and just being like, "Really, bitch?" Because
or
like,
or or was the yeah, that's fine.
yep, the yeah, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Like, bitch.
No,
First of
it's
all,
not okay.
you got promoted. You can celebrate any fucking time.
Literally, she's only in for a night. She's
Yeah,
literally only in for a night. Celebrate the next day.
yeah.
Celebrate the next day.
What the fuck?
Top comment on this is your wife is in the hospital and you're more concerned with drinking with your buddies.
Yeah,
You're the asshole and it's time to grow up.
for real. How old is he again?
It doesn't say age. I would assume 20s to 30s ish, in that range. Um, but I need to see if OP responds to anything. He deleted his account, so you know what?
Mm,
He was getting a lot of hate.
no fucking shit.
And he should. I hope Reddit bullied him.
Mm-hmm.
You deserve to be bullied for this one.
You left your pregnant wife.
Your pregnant wife. Yeah,
That
everything's fine. That's great. She's pregnant.
and bored as hell at a. It's so boring at a hospital, bro.
Hospitals are fucking boring as shit.
I
Okay,
was in there for 4 days and bored as hell. Literally,
so
I looked forward to those visitation
oh
hours.
my God. So I ended up in the hospital when I was in college multiple times, but I'm thinking of one in particular. It was the middle of the night. I had gone into anaphylactic shock and they admitted me because they had to monitor me.
Mhm.
I had like 6 people in my room because all of my friends were like, we're not leaving you. You're not going to be fucking bored in a hospital bed.
Mhm.
I like, because common sense is, hey, this person that I love and really care about is in the hospital. I'm going to go be by their side.
Yeah.
My, so my great uncle just passed away, and he was my grandfather's best friend. My aunt made sure to drive my grandparents there every day until he passed away. So, I mean, it was only 2 days, but he was never alone. His
Yeah.
kids came, his grandkids came, my grandparents came. Like, nobody, hospitals are depressing.
Yeah. Same for my grandpa. They my mom and her siblings took shifts on who would be hanging out at the hospital basically
That's what they did when my grandma
until
was
he
in the
passed.
hospital for like 2.5 days.
Yeah. They I think they did it for like I think they were there for like a week and a half, something like that.
Yeah, my grandfather, so he never was in the hospital like that for long. He got diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer.
Mhm.
And he was given like 6 months to live. He really only lived for like 2.5. Um, but at the same time, my uncle was in the hospital. He was in ICU um, because he had gotten into a really bad car crash.
Mhm.
And my mom and my aunt took turns, along with me and my cousins, to check on my uncle. I mean,
Mhm.
he couldn't. He was in coma. He couldn't hear or see us, but we still
Yeah,
made
but
sure.
sometimes being in a coma too, apparently you can still possibly hear.
I'm
Or
not
like,
entirely
I don't
sure.
know,
So
I've
he was
had
in a
people
medically
say
induced
that
coma.
it's good for stimulation or something like
Yeah,
that.
so he was in a medically induced coma. My one of either my mom or my aunt would bring my grandma there. And she would read him the newspaper.
Yeah.
And then my mom had my grandfather at her house, and my stepdad was with him at all times. And
Mhm.
then sometimes my uncle would come and visit him because it fucking sucks.
Mhm.
Even when he was just in our house, he was stuck in a room. He couldn't move.
Yeah.
He had to have help like getting from the bathroom just to the room. And you've seen my mom's house. He was in not my room but my brother's room right next door to mine, so literally like like not that far of a walk, and he needed help just to go to the bathroom. Like,
Yeah.
so I can't imagine being pregnant and stuck in a hospital.
Mhm.
That just seems horrible. Like, you're an
Yeah.
asshole. You could have waited
Like
till the next day. You could have texted your friend and been like, hey, I just got this promotion. Unfortunately, like, everything's fine, but my wife is currently in the hospital, just because her blood sugar, they can't get it under control right now.
yeah.
I'm gonna spend the night with her, but I would really enjoy it if you could come over tomorrow and we could drink or something or celebrate or something like that.
Mhm.
Like, you're a dickhead.
Yeah. Like, 'cause here's the thing, like, first of all, she has diabetes, that's what they said, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
She is
so
the gestational, the pregnancy induced one.
oh, okay, yeah, so diabetes in general, it's I'm sure once you get on, like, a cycle, it's a little bit easier to control once you get on the cycle of it, but it's still, like, you can't eat certain foods, you can't drink certain drinks. There's
Yep.
so many things that you can't do. So you have, like, a very specific diet that you're used to or you have to be used to, so there's certain, like, places you can't go to eat, or anything like that, or if you have to, like, check basically, and,
And half the
uh
time,
it's the whole insulin and all that other shit that you need.
And
It
the other,
it sucks having that.
it does. But the other thing is, like, hospitals wake you up every like 4 hours for
Yeah,
blood
to
work.
check your
And
vitals.
yeah.
I got
Um,
poked and prodded so many fucking
so
times.
many fucking times,
I
dude.
was there
Oh
for
my
4 days,
god.
poked and prodded so many times.
They
My
poke
I thought the fucking, like, where they fucking go into your arm, I thought I was gonna have, like, a permanent, like, bruise there,
yeah, because they're
because they are
fucking
not gentle either.
no. And here's my thing. They most of the time they don't let you like get up and walk around either. Like
Mm-mm.
you're stuck to your room.
Yeah.
Do you know how fucking boring it is? Like you can literally walk to the window and walk back and walk to the like you can't like
Mhm.
they have courtyards that are pretty. You're not allowed to walk in them if you're a patient.
Mhm.
It's fucking annoying. I hate it.
Usually so because you're a patient, usually if you're wanting like, if it's a long-term stay, like, if it's,
Yeah.
like, a month or so, if it's a long-term stay, you still can't really walk around. It'll be like you can go around in a wheelchair and
Yep.
somebody just walks you around
Yep.
basically.
Yep.
Or like if by some miracle, you have like a good fucking nurse or a good doctor or something like that, and then like, you can walk around, you still need to be supervised
Yep.
by a nurse. Like you still can't do it by yourself at least.
You know what's even
That's what
worse?
sucks.
You know what's even worse, DJ? Being a fall risk. You're not allowed to at all.
You really want me to go where I'm about to go?
Okay, no,
You know
no,
what's
that's
even
different.
worse? Being in the mental ward. Right? They take away. Okay, so you can still wear, like, if you came in with clothes, like, so I went in wearing sweats already, right? They took the drawstring out the sweats.
Yep,
I couldn't wear shoes because of the laces.
yep.
Um, uh,
But the grippy
boxers and
socks
all
are
that
so
shit had to be checked
nice.
too,
Huh?
because boxers and everything had to be checked too because of any elasticity and all that could possibly be used to, anything like that. Freaking, there's so much.
But the grippy socks.
The grippy socks. I think I still have my grippy socks.
I still have mine too.
Grippy socks are fucking dope. I'll fucking
Grippy
take
socks
those
are the
all
best.
day.
I think I have like 3 or 4 pairs because
Yeah.
the amount of times that I've been in the hospital. By the way, I just want to put this one out there. I haven't been in the hospital for 3 or 4 times for mental things. It has been for health related things.
Yeah. I've only been there for the mental. Well,
DJ,
no, I've been there for one medical thing.
I've been admitted
Oh,
like
two.
overnight stays like 3 or 4 times.
I haven't had an overnight stay
But
for non-medical or
here's
for
the thing.
medical.
All of that was within like 6 or 7 months of each other.
Mm, mine are years
In like
apart.
20, I want to say like 2015. Yeah, because it started in the summer after I graduated high school and went into the first semester of my college career.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Well, I still hadn't even visited you yet.
no, I wasn't even in
I still was
Frostburg.
back here. I didn't even have a car yet.
Yeah, I wasn't even at Frostburg. I was in Bridgewater for this one. This was when I was all the way in Virginia.
Mm,
So
okay.
that was a wild time. And it literally was within, so majority of it was, so I went once in the summer here.
Mm,
Um, I went within 2 weeks of each other. The first semester, like the first week of school. So I went in a week early and then I to like move in and everything because I was a freshman. And then the first week of classes, I was also in the hospital again.
mm-hmm.
Um, and then the last time was in October of that year, and that's when I went into anaphylactic shock. And they didn't know why, so I got admitted so they could monitor me, and then I had to like get referrals and all that shit. So Once
Dude,
again,
I feel like we could talk about our hospital visits for an
for an
entire
entire
episode,
episode, yeah.
but
Um,
like, I know we still need, I don't know how many stories you've gone through, like what, 3, 4 stories right now?
I have one more story left.
Okay, like, I say, do we want to talk about hospital visits some other time? Because I can do a whole entire like story
You
on.
know when we
Dude,
should
I
talk
can,
about, so
huh?
when we do our medical one with Vinny, we can discuss our hospital visits.
But I mean, like, will we even be talking about stories then at that point? It'll just be us.
I'll have like 2 or 3 stories picked out, and then
Mhm.
the rest can just be us talking.
You think he wants to hear about the whole entire like what happened? Because that I could tell you guys that could take up like 30 minutes. That's the thing.
I don't know. You can check with him, see if he does. I mean, I was thinking medical for him because he does the whole like EMT thing,
Yeah.
volunteer firefighter.
Oh, he's not
But
volunteer. He's
well,
paid to do
sorry,
it.
he's a firefighter,
Yeah.
not volunteer. Sorry,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
bad.
I mean, I think he still volunteers sometimes, but
I thought
like
he said that he volunteered sometimes, but I
I
couldn't
think he still
remember.
does volunteer sometimes. It's just I think majority of the time it's usually paid. I
Okay,
think.
all right. Last story. You ready for this one?
Hmm.
So this was posted in multiple subreddits. The subreddit that I got it from was marriage advice. So it was posted in relationship advice. It was posted in Am I the Asshole? Actually, how I found this one was Am I the Devil?
Oh, of course.
So the title of this one is Advice Needed. Is this sexist?
Okay.
Hi all. I posted the below in another marriage subreddit, and it got removed within 5 minutes for being sexist. I'm a 53-year-old man, and I have no idea why anyone would say that. So I thought I would to ask you all and see what you think. I see a lot of posts in here from wives who want to leave the father of their children because he's not on top of taking care of the kids, household chores, etc. And they're exhausted. Then a bunch of other people support that decision because, heaven forbid, life can be a little hard sometimes, and it's easier to blame your husband than to actually fix the situation. All of these people are telling you to divorce your husband, uh, don't have to live out this decision. And by your own post, many of you do not sound attractive from a personality standpoint for most single men to be interested in you. Nagging, judgmental, complaining about your husband on Reddit for validation, saying he's a child, and more. So let me give you some actual advice. 1, women notice things men don't. Many of you say he's doing this wrong, he did it that wrong, but you aren't saying he isn't doing them, just doing them incorrectly. Most men would be out of their depth with smaller children, especially with a mother who is constantly judging their performance. Imagine, for example, you had to change the oil in your car with a judgmental husband standing over your shoulder, critiquing every mistake you make for years. 2, men need list. We prioritize different things than women do and remember different things. Sorry, but household chores is nowhere near the top, but it would be for a mother. There's a reason honey-do lists work. If a man had a checklist, which only takes you a minute to make, located in an area that a man would see things easily, bathroom mirror, for example, that he would have to check off tasks, he would be more productive and efficient. 3, if your husband doesn't know how to do something that you do know how to do, make a short video showing him how to do each thing. It takes 5 minutes and he can refer back to it over and over without you nagging him for not remembering. Also removes the excuse of, I don't know how. 4, If other than you're complaining about what he does or doesn't do, he's a good guy, treats people well, has a big heart, people who love him, etc., you're crazy if you think that you can find a guy with similar qualities that would also love your children with the same depth that you do. Crazy. Most single men don't even want to raise another man's kids, but out of those, how many would love the kids like their father? None. Love you putting the kids first? None. You are going to nitpick your way to hell. 5. Be grateful. Kids are only young once, and when they start to challenge your authority or even outright hate you, which they will if you break up their family, especially with a good dad, it will be your husband who will have the connection with them that you do not to keep them on the right path. There's a difference between how you relate to the children, and you will need him. 6. Do not listen to these stupid people who completely ignore or dismiss the positive traits about your man. They're trauma bonding with you, and you don't need anyone else telling you how hard your life is. And it's all his fault. This is a temporary moment. Do what you need to do to make it easy as possible. 7. Have more sex with your husband. Some of you are not having sex with your husband, and because you are frustrated with having to do more around the house or having more responsibility with the kids than he does, Jesus, your answer to this is withholding sex? Is that a successful strategy? He won't do what I want, so even though he's attractive to me, I'm going to make myself unattracted to him until he does what I want, when I want, and how I want. I guarantee it isn't. Some woman is going to take your man away from you if you don't get your head out of your ass. Lastly, don't have any more kids if you're going to do is make yourself more important than their father. You aren't, and no amount of dishwashing, laundry folding, diaper changing, school dropping off, vacuuming, or complaining is going to change that. Kids know who they like, and it changes constantly as they get older. You will never be the favorite all the time, nor best parent all the time. Be good to the kids by being good to their father. So, what do you think? Am I sexist?
Yes. Yes. What do you mean? Am I sexist? Where's your... Okay, first of all, you're expecting her to be doing the dishes all the time, doing the chores all the time, doing all these other things. Hold on, my dog is fucking whining at my door. She kept whining the entire time, but like didn't want to like come in earlier. All you see is her tail now.
She's so
Oh god.
happy.
Huh?
She's so happy.
Yeah, because she's in here now. Okay, you guys switched beds. That's weird.
She came in and just went,
Like, I don't know why Bailey chose the bigger bed. She's tinier. But okay. And Winnie just...
Nyx takes the bigger bed downstairs, and Gatsby takes the tiny one all the time.
I don't understand it. Because that's what they do upstairs with their beds too. And I'm like, what is going on?
I don't
It
understand
doesn't
it. I
add
don't
up.
question it.
But yeah, okay. So one. Okay, there was one thing that I thought was kind of a smart idea, but not entirely. Okay.
Which one?
The video making one. If you do like it done a certain way, it's not a terrible idea. It's not, in all honesty, it's really not a terrible idea, but it is asking a lot for them to do. But like it also, what I'm saying is like really y'all could be like recording it together. So it's something to even do together too.
Okay, that's different. That's less,
Yeah.
problematic.
Yeah. So
Um,
like
but
even if...
also a lot of the things that people complain about on Reddit is like just household chores that you should already know how to do. You should
Yeah,
know how to do your laundry. You should
okay,
know
but
how to
you like
wash
it
the
done a certain
dishes.
way. You like laundry being done a
I
certain way.
do like laundry done a certain way.
Yeah.
Therefore, I do the laundry.
Yeah. Me, I do my laundry all together. I do it all together. I'm just like the things that I separate are so I have clothes done all together, but my like sheets and like pillowcases and blankets and like towels, I'll do that together as well. Like those will all be well, probably not towels, but the sheets and like blankets and all that, those are all in one load, towels all in one load, and then clothes all in one load. That's how I do mine.
See,
Because my colors don't fucking bleed. So there's no point.
I separate my clothes, but that's how I was taught to do it. But at the same time, I recognize that I like my laundry done a certain way. So that is a
Mhm,
chore that I do.
mhm,
I will load the dishwasher, Lonnie will unload the dishwasher. We're responsible for common spaces together.
mhm,
He's responsible for his office, I'm responsible for mine.
mhm.
And because now my PC is in our room, I mainly take care of our room now because I'm I'm in it all the time.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But
Who
all of the
does the
household chores
bathrooms?
don't fall on me.
Do y'all
I
both do the bathrooms?
He does the bathrooms. He does the
Okay, so then
bathrooms.
that kinda makes up for you doing the room, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He does the bathrooms. He cleans them. I just have to like, I just take because I store the bathroom stuff in random places. Like
Mhm.
I change it all the time. So I'm
Yeah.
not even mad for him not knowing where the bathroom stuff is because I move it around because sometimes I'll use it in other areas.
Mhm,
Like I'll clean the bathroom downstairs, like the half bath downstairs. But he cleans the ones up here.
mhm.
Um, but this entire list,
Yeah, that's I mean, don't get me wrong, though, like, sometimes that I have seen stories where it's literally just people trauma bonding. I do see that,
I do see that, but
but it's like there have been some stories that's just like, bro, you really are just like overreacting to a certain thing. But at the same time, I do also see a lot that is just like, nah, you should have been left this guy, or you should have been left this person, or anything like that. So it's what most of the list that he has is so stupid. Like you should not like you're living in the past. You're clearly living in the past because you're how old? 53?
53.
Yeah.
So,
So you're still in
uh,
the time thinking of women should stay at home doing chores and watching the kids, whereas
but that was
men
also
should
a
work.
time where men were the sole providers.
Yeah,
Women
which
didn't
it's not
have
like
to
that
work.
anymore.
It's not. You
No.
have a working mom and a working dad. So
Mhm.
it's now on both of you to take over the household responsibilities.
Mhm. Or there have been like there are some households that it's like, all right, whoever's making the more of the income, the other one can stay at home. If there's kids. If there's kids involved, the other one can stay at home. It's
And
not a
also
whole entire
it's
like
up to everyone's thing.
yeah.
It's up to everyone's perspective of what they deem is reasonable and unreasonable in their
Mhm.
relationship. A lot of these men are giant fucking children.
Yeah.
Their moms took care of everything for them growing up. They don't know how to do shit. And when they get into relationships, they expect the wife to become their new mother.
Mhm.
No, no.
Mhm.
If I
But I feel
showed
like that also that's kind of leading back to people parenting improperly or like
yes.
not teaching or anything like that. Like
It's still it's an internalized misogyny that needs to literally get rid of
mhm.
the moms will teach the daughters how to clean and everything, but the sons are allowed to just kind of like exist and the mom will do everything. No.
Yeah, trust me.
If you're going to teach your daughter how to clean, teach your son how to clean because I this is a universal girl thing. We don't want to clean up your son's piss off the fucking toilet.
Mhm. Also, how hard is it to not hit the toilet?
How hard is it to not pee on the floor?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, when you're a child, whatever.
So
Like
when we moved,
after age I'm gonna. I feel like this might be a little high. After age 8, if you are
That's what
still
I was
pissing on the
thinking
floor,
too.
I'm gonna smack the shit out you.
So when we moved into this house, the previous tenants, there is a stain in front of all of the toilets because they never cleaned up the piss. There's a permanent stain
Oh,
of their piss in front of every single one of the toilets.
the fuck?
I have sprayed that shit with bleach. I have let bleach soak there. I have gone down there with a fucking toothbrush to clean it. It is stained. It is permanently in the floor.
Mm-mm. That's nasty as shit, dude.
That is disgusting.
Yeah,
It,
that's.
they were disgusting. And it was all
Was it
men.
only guys that were living there
Yes.
originally? Mm.
Yes. 3 people from the Navy.
Bro, you're taught to have. First of all, you are in a military fucking. You're supposed to keep shit clean and organized. You're supposed to be taught to keep that shit clean and organized. I mean, granted, you don't have the whole barracks check anymore or anything like that, but that should still be ingrained in you because you were
Should be.
doing it for weeks.
I'm gonna say. So, top comment on this is what an easy showcasing of mansplaining, weaponized incompetence. Jesus Christ.
Hmm.
Somebody then responds, and I like this comment, so this is why I'm reading this one. It was a list with diverse types of weaponized incompetence. Number 1, a simple one. Number 2, one with a list. Number 3, one with the video. Number 4, one with he tolerates the kids when they are fed, clean, and happy. Number 5, one with he will abuse the kids for you. Be thankful. Number 6 with at least you have a paycheck. I mean, a man, not like the free woman. I mean, sluts outside. Number 7, one with the what's so tiring that you can't lay on your back and have him have a 1 3 5 second fun. He sounds like a peach of a person, or this is bait. It has to be bait. It's not possible. Unfortunately, I think that this one is real.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have known men, I have seen men on the internet that think like this. Andrew Tate, for fuck's sake, was a person that climbed social media.
Hmm.
So
I just. I don't know how. I mean, I know the age, and that's probably why. So you're stuck in your own ways. But like, it's just the only one that I'm saying like it was whatever was the video one, and it's a cute idea you could do together. That's all I'm saying. It's something you guys could do together. That's all I'm saying. Not saying it's a great idea. I'm just saying like it's an idea. If you really like, it's a way to solve that problem.
So the top comment on the Am I the Devil post, because it was removed from marriage advice, was OOP says that women should be providing all of the primary child care while simultaneously diminishing ourselves as not to make ourselves more important than the father. Kind of forgot that he also kind of said that. He did say that you're not more important than the father. I'm sorry. We're literally the most important thing if we are doing all of that.
Yeah.
On top of carrying the child for 9 months and pushing it out of our hoo-has.
Mm-hmm. You literally just had fun one night and then said, "All right, you handle the rest."
He said, I gotta come. I'm good.
Oh, I feel bad for her.
I feel bad for whoever is married to this man.
Yeah.
Whoever is married to the, I would
Unless
not.
she's okay with it.
You know what? She might have been, because she might have been completely provided for.
Yeah. I mean, like, but I mean, if she's, what? I don't know, bro. That's just wild to me. Like,
I would punch someone. I would punch someone.
Mm-hmm.
If Lonnie ever said some shit like this to me, you'd have to bail me out of jail.
I'll let you chill for the night.
Why, scared of that my anger might still be, you know.
Yeah. I don't want it to
Okay.
happen again. I'm not bailing you out 2 times in one night.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
understandable. Oh my god. So completely off topic, but on topic. I saw this TikTok yesterday. And this guy was talking about how him and his wife were in marriage counseling together. And the therapist basically was like, you know, after, you know, we'll do a mid-monthly like review and everything where we'll like go over everything. So basically that I'm not overcharging you and we can kind of see where you're at and all of that. And I was like, oh, perfect. That's great. And so you're not just like trying to like cop us out of like $300 every week. And, you know, this isn't going to be a forever thing, which is nice to know when it's marriage counseling. So they have their mid-monthly review and she tells them, I don't think that you're in love. I don't think that you love one another. I think that you're trauma bonded and that this marriage is doomed to fail. And so the husband is like, what the fuck are you talking about, bitch? And she goes, trauma bonding is a common thing in Latino couples. Yeah. So she goes on this whole thing and she like, and so the husband gets up and he starts cussing her out. And he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, you racist ass bitch? Like going off. And the therapist gets up and gets in his face and she's like, you guys are trauma bonded. You guys don't even love each other. Like, I don't think that you guys ever love each other. And he was like, so this 10 years of us being together is just bullshit. And she goes, yeah, it's all trauma bonding.
Bitch.
The wife has not said a single thing during this. This goes on for a little bit.
Yeah.
Husband and the therapist are in each other's faces screaming at each other. And he's like, you know, he's like, fuck you, like we're leaving. The therapist is still in his face saying like, you guys don't love each other. You guys are only trauma bonded. This is like, you're Latino. I don't know what you're expecting from this, like blah, blah, blah. And the wife gets up calmly and starts going, don't you dare fucking talk to my husband like that. He is correct. You're a racist piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. And the husband's like, fuck this shit, let's go. And the wife goes, he's like, you know, he basically says, like, if you weren't a woman, I would punch you. And she's like, oh, are you threatening me? And the wife, he's like, whatever, we're gonna fucking leave, fuck you. And so he goes to leave, and the wife pushes him aside and decks the therapist in the face.
Fucking good.
Cops are called, wife is arrested. And husband, 3 hours later, husband bails her out for $2,000. And they're like laughing and hugging, and they're like, this is perfect. Love this. You stood up for me. That's all I fucking needed. I just needed to know that you were on my side.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, is what it had come down to. And the funny part about this story is he goes, yeah, the lawyer we have, I'm pretty sure, you know, is we're going to have to go to therapy for this. And he goes, I don't know if I want to go back to therapy after this experience. And I'm like, court ordered therapy. Been there, done that.
Mm-hmm.
Hated it.
Man. Like, are y'all gonna fucking say something if it's like, you know, a racist piece of shit? The fuck? Like, bro, you want it in here. What you mean?
I don't know what state they're in, but actually being throwing out racist slurs and things like that can be seen as aggravating somebody for assault.
Mm-hmm.
So it could work. I don't know where they're at, but it could work out in their favor. I know certain states are like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that was just a cute little. That was just something funny that that I saw yesterday, and it made me laugh my ass off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that was episode 9 of You're Being Too Loud. Be sure like and follow us on YouTube. Leave us 5-star review on Spotify and Amazon Music. And yeah.
Mm.
Peace out.
Yeah, see ya.
Goodbye. That was horrible.